welcome to CATtheMinion Patreon. This is going to be a twin flame romantic reading. It's supposed to be for the week of the 22nd, or that I was supposed to release it on the 22nd, and I spent all of the 22nd trying to catch up on previous videos that I'd missed because I was sick for about a week. Still trying to get over it. So I'm recording this on the 23rd. It's not going to be posted until the 24th, so it's going to be a couple days late, but not too bad, all things considered. I'm doing the romantic readings every week, but every 2 weeks it's twin flame, and then the in-between, right, alternating weeks. So it's twin flame week. It's essentially a bi-weekly thing. Alternates with the regular. So I'm using the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. I'm using the Legacy of the Divine Tarot. I'm using the Gilded Reverie Lenormand. I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot here. I'm using my music deck that I made for myself. You can have one if you want. Just email me. I'll send you the PDF for free because I don't own the images that I used on there, so I cannot sell them, obviously. And then I have my bucket of charms here, ready to go. So, the reading that I'm going to do this week is actually a triptych door, but I think I did the astrological element horoscope reading for YouTube with a double triptych door. So that's what I'm going to do, but it's actually going to be four triptych doors. So essentially both the feminine and the masculine are going to have a triptych door with these, a triptych door with these, and then I'm going to use the animal spirit cards as like a wrap up for each set of doors. So it's going to be this sort of combining of opposites until we get to union. Okay, so every masculine and feminine has both energies in them, and I kind of feel like these two decks are representing feminine energy and these two decks are representing masculine energy, but it doesn't really matter. You'll be able to pick out which energies you're incorporating. So triptych door is basically one big door in the middle and two little one on the sides. The center door represents a portal that opens when there's a union of the two opposites. Okay, I guess that's going to be in the challenged position because that's how it's spun out. I'm going to check the positioning of the cards afterwards also. I was just going to burp really loudly and then I realized I was recording and that would be uncouth. Okay, this is the one that fell out, so I'm going to take that one. My cards are warped because I was shuffling them a few different ways. I don't want them to be too bendy. God damn it, stay over there. I don't like that. Hack 'em. You guys ever see that cartoon, The Critic? John Lovitz. When did that air? That show's probably aired like 23 years ago or something. I don't even know. A long ass time ago. .52 pickup over here, Jesus Christ. Latter-day Saints, alright. Screw up my piles here, man. what I have to deal with. Freaking everywhere. Make up your mind. I'll make up mind. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. What you said to me. So I wish I had let you out. Chatters. I need the whole goddamn box. Try the other side. This thing is built exactly like a checkbox. Wish there was money in there. Okay. Guess this one's staying over here with these guys. Oh, okay. I see what's happening. This actually goes with the card that's going to be coming out. And this goes with these. Also go with the card that's going to be coming out. Put those on the side for now. Okay. Are those in the thing? I'm trying to move this a little bit closer. Space, nobody can hear your scream. Okay, I think I'm ready. My Cliff Notes. I'm starting to remember what the signs are on the cards, though. It's only been a couple of months. It's been like 6 months, actually. Okay, so we're looking at this person first, and then we'll look at this person after. So let's look at the... These are representing sort of the opposites that they're trying to reconcile in themselves, and there's probably going to be mirroring. Some of this might have nothing to do with the other person, right? It could be a personal thing. So we have Three of Swords, uninvited. Alanis Morissette. This is the MTV live version that I like, and I get the picture from the album there. Three of Swords energy. Am I even on the camera? I've got a new light and it's brighter and it's kind of giving me a headache. The Three of Swords is Saturn in Libra, which is interesting because I have this cube here, which is the element of Earth. It's like, bring your feelings back down to earth. I also get this idea of sugar cube. There's a... Is it Porcelain Black that sings it? There's this sort of angry metal song called Sugar Cube. That's what this hexahedron's looking at right now. I also see it as like expanding in 3 dimensions, right? I'm experiencing pain on multiple levels. Right, and in order that what's interesting is Saturn and Libra, right? We have this, like, I'm in the grindstone. I'm being crushed. But the idea of the Libra energy is that I have a 3, which is 2 things on the side and then 1 in the middle. I'm being broken down to ground level. I feel like I've hit rock bottom. The Queen of Cups inverted. Okay, so I have Ava Cassidy here, Fields of Gold. Inverted. Queen of Cups energy. Gemini and Cancer. Okay. So this tells me Moon energy inverted, which tells me Sun. But then I have Gemini inverted, which is Mercurial energy. And Mercury is in Libra right now, which is speaking to this card. No, I have 16 total here. That's the tower. Because this could be a 1 or a 13. This is a death cycle transformation, but it's an internal transformation because you're emotionally and mentally hitting rock bottom. These were inverted, so I have the sunglasses. Now notice how I was complaining about the light that's hurting my eyeballs, and I'm like, man, I wish I had sunglasses. All I have is these fucking things. I need to get new glasses. The COVID. And then I have this mushroom. Now I noticed over here these. This to me says Christmas time. I can't remember what the mushroom is called. The magic mushrooms, the one that the reindeers eat and then they get high. It's like something muscaria. Like Amanita muscaria. I don't remember. It's something like that. The spotty mushrooms. The red cap with the white spots. That Mario eats and he also gets high. These are going the other way. And I get this idea of like the magic school bus inside the earth. It's a trip, right? It's a psychedelic trip. But it's an internal transformation. And you're not going to be able to cover your eyes. It's a little bit like in the newer Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie, where with Johnny Depp, where they have the boat ride and it's kind of like a fun house, like a horror kind of a boat ride. That's what I'm getting. That's what this death cycle is. It's an emotional roller coaster of sorts, but it's like an acid, like a bad acid trip to get to the Tootsie Roll center of the Tootsie Pop over here. What's the other? Oh, I was also getting this thing. There's a Ren and Stimpy clip where Stimpy climbs inside his belly button, and that was what I was trying to think outside of that imagery. Oh, it's a good thing I checked the camera. Okay, so the union of these two things is the King of Cups. Trying to achieve emotional balance while being in this mental space of I hurt so bad, while going through this emotional trip of being turned inside out for this transformation. It's like I feel hurted. I'm trying to gain balance. I have 3 and I have 13, right? 16 breaks down to 7, which is half of 14, the king, but this can break down to 5, which is a change or a pivot. So whoever this is has been in somewhat of a position of trying not to go into their emotional content to gain transformation, because they're presenting to the world, well, somebody hurt me real bad and that's the way it is. And there's a resistance to coming into balance. So these other charms that came out, I have Saturn, which we saw already over here in the 3 of Swords. I have this sword here, which is like the Ace of Swords, right? So not only did it come out in the card, but it came out in the charms as well. Saturn and Swords. And I have the necklace. This could be an issue with the throat chakra, like I'm having trouble expressing myself. Also, I see this as Ursula taking Ariel's voice and trying to pretend to be sweet and loving in order to enact this, in order to stab those 3 swords all the way into Ariel's heart and cheat her. So in some ways, this necklace to me represents an aspect of honesty, of activation. In that way, it's very similar to the sword there. Now, in reverse, I have a watch, a stopwatch. This pentacle, which could be Venus, but it could also be Capricorn, which is more Saturnian energy. Oh, I just dropped it in there. And I also have the door going the other way. They're like, there's no return ticket. You can't go back through the door. You can't shut it once it's open. And I also get this idea that, like, time has run out to resist a transformation. Libra is Venus energy. But the duality nature of it is also Capricorn, the Saturn energy. And the number 5. (13 to 16 is the tower. Yeah. I'm just trying to see if I want to say anything else about this right now, because it's going to be somewhat related to what's going on down here. This is a need to be balanced in emotions, and the pressure from Saturn and Mercury now in Libra with Venus in Leo. Sun energy, because this is moon energy inverted. The tower moment. Fire energy. Trying to achieve balance, Sagittarian energy, and the Tower, or Martian energy. Okay. I'm going to come back to that in a minute, because there's a little bit more there, but you can see that there's a forced inner transformation because of these planetary aspects for whoever this is, to give up this swan song of, you know, you don't really want me, do you? When, if they got over this concept that not everyone is out to be fake to them, they could have this deep inner transformation, and the acid trip wouldn't be a bad trip, it would be more of a kaleidoscope of radiating rainbow crystalline energies that would heal the heart chakra. Alright, so let's look at this other triptych here for this twin. So we have the Devil inverted, Saturn retrograde. This week that I'm recording this, though, by the end of September it's going direct. Saturn retrograde. Oh, I was supposed to do that last. Well, I've already got it flipped over. So we have the anchor here. I have this idea, the anchor inverted, 3 and 5 breaking down to 8. I get the idea that this isn't what I wanted. And the card this is associated with is the 9 of Swords. Mars in Gemini. The Nightmare card, right? This isn't what I wanted. And I said the Tootsie Roll center of the Tootsie Pop over here for that one, and here's the owl. I'm getting out of the Nightmare, 3 going into 9, because I'm waking up to the wisdom that this isn't what I really wanted in life. And now we have the calendar here, so this gives me this idea of, again, the end of the year there with the mushrooms and maybe that thing over there, but the... like, I'm not being given any more time. Like, I need to understand this now. 44, the magnifying glass inverted. So I have 4, foundational number. 13 breaks down to 4. But now I have it being multiplied by 11, which is the twin flame number. It's also that universal timing number. I just said you're not being given any more time. All right. 8 and 8, 16. That's tower energy again. Sandwiched between them, I have the devil. 15, which breaks down to 6. 6 and 7, because the tower breaks down to 7, is 13. That's that transformative energy again. I was just thinking, what's Saturn retrograde? But this is the dark night of the soul. That's sort of like the last battle is within your own heart center. So let me get an animal card to sort of get more of a bridge between these two aspects of this twin. I didn't really fall out, it just stuck to my hand. Really? Oh, it's only 2. I guess I'll take them. The mouse and the bear. Both earth elementals. So we're getting more of that sort of Capricornian energy here from Saturn. The motions of Saturn. I feel like they should be facing each other. Big fairy and little fairy. Now these charms came out, and I said they were for the oracle. So I have the battery in the tree, and I feel like this is a lot like an energy network. This is like, I need to have enough energy to grow. But it's sort of like I've been getting my energy artificially by trying to be in a relationship with other people, when if I had some kind of nurturing from my roots, from being grounded, I would have the energy for this growth that needs to happen here. So let's see what's going on with mouse and bear. I know that the bear in the Lenormand is different than the bear in the spirit. I also... a couple times earlier today in unrelated readings, my bear tried to come out. So we'll just leave this bear charm over here too. Oh, I don't think I have a mouse charm. I should make one. And of course the mouse in the Lenormand is also quite different as well. I have a list of new charms to make that I haven't worked on yet. Bear. Me mother's a bear. The trailer was misleading. Ah. Waking... Okay, so the bear... I was going to say when I picked him up before, I was thinking hibernation when I was talking about this in a different reading. Waking from spiritual slumber, beginning anew. After a long winter, right, December, Christmas, the bear arises from deep slumber. At first, the movement and effort are difficult, right, because I'm tired, low battery. The bear knows it's time to awaken and move toward the dawning light, so that's what's happening in this transformation. An individual on the cusp of new directions and personal transformation. Yeah. It says the beginning of it might be tricky, right? I'm feeling like I'm trudging through concrete up to my knees. You have no choice, Bear, right? You're not being given any more time. Winter wanes, the warmth of spring emerges, and your transformation begins. It's King of Cups. Libra and Scorpio, right? So scorpionic energy, death going in, and Libra balance. Okay. So the mouse here, I know, gets upset when they feel overworked because they're little. Detail-oriented, small-minded, nitpicky, and nervous. An innate desire to tend to the details. Spends its days fixing, preparing, organizing, and scrutinizing. Doesn't notice when they've gone too far and begin to have a limited and fearful vision of life. So that's this Three of Swords here, right? Oh, I'm hurt. That's all I've got. I've only got number 3. Right, and you might be in this poor me control drama instead of just feeling sad. Now you're trying to gain energy by drawing it out of other people when they try to make sure that you're all right and tend to your problems. Can have a limited and fearful vision of life and try to control every detail. It can be a painful experience for both the mouse and those around them. Step back for a moment. It may be time to find a more purposeful project to delve into. So to be in balance, you want to be organized, resourceful, and prepared. Right? You don't want to just stay busy just to be busy so you can avoid your feelings, because it's just going to create this funnel of like power drainage, basically. Alright, so let's look at the other twin. I'm going to move the camera a little closer to the other cards here. For F's sake. For an F. So, I don't know why I'm trying to eyeball it when I've got this guy. Alright, nope. Nope. Swear to God, I need new glasses. I was going to get some and then COVID, and I was like, never mind. I don't want somebody touching my eyeballs in a public venue. Alright, so let's look at this twin's first trip. Oh, see, I'm doing it again. There's too many other readings, and now I'm out of whack here. Okay. So this side, there she is, the woman, the alternate woman. There's Venus, but she's coming in inverted. She's also got the Ace of Swords, and 2 and a 9 breaking down to 11. So the High Priestess and the Hermit, or Virgo, inverted, and the Truth also not coming out so much. This breaks down to 11, though, that twin flame number. Also inverted, the Kama Sutra. Now, I've gotten this inverted in a couple readings lately, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm uncomfortable being in this position. Right? I'm not reading it. You're not reading the instructions correctly. Give it to me. But here, I feel like it has to do more with sexual shame. Right? The truth is, you might be attracted to this feminine's body. It might not be the female body. It might be the feminine energies person who holds more feminine energy, attraction to their body, or sort of attraction to your own body while embodying the feminine energy. Like, I don't feel sexy. Maybe nobody wants me, right? Looking away from the entire reading. So either struggling to do something with the feminine body or struggling to be the feminine body. And then we have Mask. with the Emperor number and the Fool number. Mars currently retrograde in Aries, and then Uranus retrograde in Taurus. Right, but this is, I'm not going to pretend anymore, right? I'm not going to put on a happy face. I'm not going to pretend to be sad if I'm not sad, and so on. Now I have two charms that came in inverted on this card. Have the waste paper basket inverted. It's like when the recycle bin on your computer is full. Can't put any more things in there. But I also have the money inverted. Cash and trash. But it's like money is worthless if you're not living in your truth. And you can't be yourself. And you can't pay someone to be attracted to you. So the union of these two aspects, 40 and 11 breaking back down to 2, so is the Sun, 19, which breaks down to 10, which ultimately goes into 1. But I see it as being part of this 40, because it's 4 times this. But the 10, 11. Okay. So the Sun is Leo energy. Venus is in Leo right now. But why are we viewing these upside down? The whole thing is a little bit off. I kind of feel like this whole section is inverted because it's feeling the pull of Uranus retrograde. Because of this 0 here and the 0 when you combine the 9 and the 1 together to get 10. Right? The 1 skips over to the ace, and the 0 is referencing this 0. The Fool inverted. Aquarius energy inverted. Uranus retrograding in Taurus. The sign of Venus. That's why the energy is all the other way. But what's interesting is that we have peace. Peace in the moonlight there. And the eyeball. This could be the third eye as well. Right? It's like the darkness that's coming in with moon energy gives me the High Priestess, number 2. Right? Technically ruled by the moon, even though I often see her as being with Pisces. My third eye is opened up, and I'm gaining peace because I'm being more in touch with my true self when I connect with the universe and let it come in and go in with, like, through me. Money can't buy me love. The Beatles. And it's also not going to gain you sexual confidence either. It's not going to heal the sacral chakra and make you feel comfortable in your own skin. I did it again. It's because I'm tired. So let's look at this other triptych door here. So we have the 7 of Swords inverted. The song here is Midnight Creeper, Elton John, and I can never remember how it goes when I'm doing tarot, even though it's like my favorite song on the album. Alright. And inverted with that, I have the other books here. These are the, like, school books, history and geometry, and a composition book. So that's inverted. And the pyramid inverted. So not only does it actually say history and geometry, but we have this historical geometric figure here, right? It's representing older wisdom. like ancient wisdom, studies. It could also represent, it could represent past lives, but it could also represent ancestral trauma in some way. Seven of Swords. Oh, look at that. It's the moon in Aquarius. Moon energy. Uranus retrograde Aquarius. So it's giving, it's sort of referencing the same thing that I said for this setup here. Seven of Swords is usually the like thief in the night kind of energy. Inverted, it's the retrograde, but moon inverted tells me sun, so it's sort of like talking back and forth to this. I'm going to shed some light on past behavior that was a little bit shady, right? Past masks didn't get me where I wanted to go. I may as well throw all this money out because it didn't fucking learn anything that was available to me. The Chariot inverted, another 7. So what's interesting is I have 7 and 7, but they're inverted. So it tells me I'm balanced in sort of a backwards way. The Chariot inverted. So I have Crazy Train here. Choo choo, motherfucker! So I get this, like, my team of horses is unhinged. I've only got 1 reindeer, I need 8. You know, this thing doesn't have any brakes on it if it's off the rails. You know, it's like we need to stay above 50. My tires aren't aligned right, and I'm gonna bend the rim and whatnot. So the union here, 6 of Wands inverted. It's interesting is the Chariot inverted and then a guy on a horse. Now this is Leo energy here. Oh, I moved my thing. I'll screw it up. 6 of Wands. Jupiter in Leo. So here's another Sun card inverted with Moon energy. Moon card inverted with Sun energy. And I had this tulip here, just sort of like people throwing flowers at you as you go by. But I get this idea of notorious more than famous, right? Because this is that public recognition and victory, right? I was, in the past, I thought I was really going places and that I was totally in control of everything because everybody loved me. But they didn't know that I was just kind of like half-assing it and I didn't work really hard for what I got. So they may have thrown flowers at my feet, but this 13, 6, and 7 is forcing a transformation as it is here. And what happens is the total here is judgment, right? But it's inverted. It's like you haven't completed the karmic cycle. So we have someone being forced a transformation over here from an emotional... Someone over here being forced to have that transformative cycle through upheaval of emotional content, and here it's sort of the transformation is actually coming through essentially the sacral chakra. And I would not be surprised if the sea serpent came out from here. I don't know if I want to pull it on purpose. Well, maybe. Alright, so we have the Nightingale. I'm going to move this back over here for a second. Nightingale. I see this as like Neptunian or Aquarian energy. Since it's an air creature, probably Aquarian or Uranus energy. Yeah, 11 letters there, so that's that 11 twin flame and universal timing number again. This is inverted though, so it's giving me air energy that's inverted. It's like I'm ungrounded, or like my wings are clipped. I'm tied to, like I'm being forced to stop. I'm being forced to stay and do some grounding. But let me look at the Nightingale. Okay. So in the upright position, it'd be fearless voice, speech, communication, or song. So the song of the nightingale is otherworldly. It's almost unnoticeable among the flashy plumage of other birds. Transports its listener to the realm of poetry. Nightingale energy is with us when we write, compose, and especially when we sing. Music heals the deepest wounds. This card indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something you need to say? How long has it been since you sang? Turn it up, write it down, let it out. So when out of balance, it's shy or a lump in the throat. Now that's interesting coming from here, because a lot of what I'm seeing has more to do with sacral energy and or solar energy, whereas this one over here had the necklace, right? Yeah, this person over here was holding this throat chakra aspect. So we do see that there's some kind of twin level of energy involved. But let's look at these charms that came out to go with the oracle. So I have the t-shirt. Right, I'm just wearing a plain shirt. I'm dressed in brown feathers. I'm not, you know, I'm not wearing sequins and feathers. Who would want to listen to me? Well, maybe the sound of what you're saying is more important than the way in which it's delivered. So here, these holly berries tell me usually Christmas time, but that doesn't mean like literally, oh, it's a specific holiday that only this percent of the population celebrates, and religion and the theft of pagan holidays and rebranded Christianity, blah 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 blah. It just gives me that like a point of time in the year that has to do with Capricorn, Saturnian energy, and the idea of light and dark. But it also goes back to the mushroom that was over here, having to do with the reindeer and Christmas time and all that. But when I saw this in with the nightingale, it's giving me this idea of like Christmas songs, or like a madrigal, or like something that's sort of plain but deeply spiritual, instead of sort of peppy and jazzy and full of glitter. Now, in the other way, inverted, I have this mask. Now this is the sad mask, but it's one of the masks available over here, right? So it's just telling me again, inverted mask. But it's like, oh, I just heard another Elton John song is Sad Songs Say So Much, right? So I'm not going to sing you, right? I'm not going to write you a love song because you asked for it because you need one. Sarah Bareilles. I'm going to give you something deep and meaningful. Or at least that's what's sort of coming out of this. So let me see what's going on between them. And do I want... Okay, I'll do it this way. Cards are getting bent. I'll take one of each center card and then another animal cards for the union. I don't want two, I want one. No, I think it's going to work better this way. Because it's not really biased to which side. It's pulling the energies from both sides. Wow, I don't think I ever get the buffalo card. There's a buffalo card in the, or no, I guess it's called Thunder, but it's got buffalo on it. That's in the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Okay. So we have the King of Wands. Now the way that his belt and his wand are, it looks like he's got a number 7 on here, which makes me think of the Chariot. King of Wands, 14, a balanced number, breaking down to a 5, which is a pivot, or the number 1. I have the Sun in reverse here. What's interesting is that this Sun card has essentially the twins on it. They're connected at the portal of their solar chakra. But despite this King of Wands energy, this sort of... Ooh, look at that. That looks really similar. Like a red disc with gold around it. This card is coming in inverted. We're still in the dark here a little bit. King of Wands energy. Oh, wow. Cancer and Leo. So not only do we have Cancer and Leo energy together here, but we have Leo energy inverted, which is pushing it back into the moon energy, which is Cancer. And this is number 19, which breaks down to 10. So we have a 5 that breaks down to 5, breaks down to 10, and we have this doubling effect and this sort of mirror world image. And what's in between, Buffalo. Number 7. 7, 7, 14, the Chariot. The two twins hitched up together, ready to move forward. So let's look at Buffalo, because I don't even remember reading this card ever. 7. No, what the hell? 75. So we have Earth Elemental, so we have something grounding all this fire energy. And the emotional background of the moon energy. 75. Okay, Buffalo. Wow. Okay, grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet its heart and mind rise toward heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. It's a strange verb. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Right? So death is that transformative cycle. Misfortune is, I'm hurting. I'm not feeling myself. I lost a lot of money. What the hell? Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time, and may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. Okay. So, it's imbalanced here. It's trusting and pure presence. Okay. So, The Sun card is kind of like bliss. But I almost feel like these are trapped on this sort of wheel. The sun and the moon spinning around from day to night. Sort of separated by the dawn. The pathway between the heart and the solar chakra. And what's interesting is that there's this electricity coming down with the buffalo. So it's almost like saying that the way to anchor these energies together is grounding. And we see that as coming in, and especially on this side with the King of Cups over here. But what was interesting is that the sun came out inverted over here. So it's like everybody has part of the equation. These energies combine to the King of Wands. The sun is over here, and I feel like this is the grounding. It's like the energies are there. But the next couple weeks of Libra energy and Capricorn energy and Uranus energy are causing these two separate mental, emotional overhauls to open the pathway to this match, to this more harmonious like circling of each other, right? Hitch up the horses, we're gonna go pretty soon. All right, so that's the twin flame energy that I'm picking up on. If that's not your twin flame situation, you know, the energies might speak to you more in like a couple weeks when I do another one, because I can't do everything for everybody all at once, right? So if you want to get a personal reading, you can hit me up, thecatcamebackatcamp@gmail.com. I have a complete list of readings I have and how much they cost in the description box of my infomercial video, and I'll put that link below the description in the little post here for this. If you want to help contribute to my channel, you can level up on Patreon if that's still available. You can also hit that tip jar, paypal.me/CATtheMinion. I also have Cash App and Venmo. I've got prints and merch, coloring books. I've got actual art stuff in my catalog. All that stuff's going to be linked with the other information, or you can just email me and I'll get you that. If you're not already subscribed on my regular YouTube at large, go ahead and do that. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Check out the discussion tab, my playlist tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.